And I came across this folder, and the folder was in my mother's handwriting, and it says, "My baby," and I opened it. At the bottom, it said, his first words were, "Mama." How many years you been married?
52.
And you still have that love, huh?
Yeah, we do. And we still hold hands, we still, we're still in love. That's the way I am, that's the way he is.
What message do you have to these young kids that are in gangs today? We're reading about it every day in the paper. You have a message for them?
That life only leads, has two roads. One leads to the cemetery, the other one's to prison. There's no gain around that. If you live that life, that's the outcome.
This is the courtroom of Judge Frank Caprio, where people in cases are met with compassion. A different kind of judge. A courtroom like no other. This is Caught in Providence.
Virgilia Fana.
Good morning.
Good morning. Virgilia, who drives this car?
That's my son's car.
Your son's car?
Yeah, George. He working now.
He's working?
Yep.
Does he live with you?
Yes.
Yeah, how old is he?
37.
He's not a kid?
No.
Did he give you the money for this?
Yes.
Oh, he gave you the money?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He told me, Ma, go to try to make a
Cut it.
agreement to,
Cut it.
yes, to get out the book for the car.
Yeah, he said, "Ma." He said, "Ma, go to court." Go
No,
to court.
because he's in Virginia. He drive the Vitro. He's not around.
So, see that? He says, "Ma." Ma. Right? Every kid's Ma. Inspector Quinn, this is interesting, not interesting. It's interesting to me, but not to other people. But I was going through my desk the other day in my office, right? And I got one drawer of my desk is all my personal private papers from the time I was a kid. And I came across this folder. And the folder was in my mother's handwriting, and it says, "My baby," and I opened it, and it had all this stuff, the date that I was born, where I was born. It was Providence, lying in hospital at the time, and all of that. And then at the bottom, it said, his first words were, and she says, "Mama." Mama, right? So my first words in life were "Mama." It's my mother's handwriting, and it's like precious. I haven't seen that in years, right? So every time I hear that, the magic words in life are, right? Mama and her son, "Hey, Ma, right, Ma." So the family unit is very strong in your house, right? I know that because every time I had a problem, my first words were "Ma." Those were my first words, not only when I was born, but in life. So listen, how much money did he give you to pay for this?
$300.
Well, he gave you $300. He's a good kid. Well, it just so happens that it's going to cost a $100 boot fee.
Okay.
And Ma, it's going to cost $200 for the tickets. So it's going to be $300.
All right.
Now you tell your son, say, "Ma went to court this morning and she
Okay.
won for you."
All right.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Dolores Tutane.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Tutane. How are you this morning?
Scared. I've never been to court before.
You're scared?
Yeah.
Of who, Inspector Quinn?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never been to court before. I've seen you on TV, though.
Oh, all right. Let's take a deep breath and relax. I'm not going to use this on you. Don't worry about it.
Not today.
Not today. Well, you weren't scared when you were driving your car. You have one speeding charge and 2 red light tickets.
And I have a parking ticket.
Oh, I know about that.
Oh.
We'll get to that later.
Oh, okay.
All right, Lisa, let's look at 923. This is on Eddie and Dudley. The light is red. And you are making a right-hand turn, and there's a sign on the corner.
One that says no right on red.
It says right on red after stop. Where were you going?
From the dates on the ticket, I was going to Rhode Island Hospital. My husband was in the hospital quite a bit at that time. And I was probably going to, at that time, you weren't able to go in the hospital, so I would just go out and wave to him in his window when it was, I know I'm crazy. Because I wasn't able to see him, and we've been married forever, and he would walk to the window and I would just wave to him, so
That was during COVID,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so you couldn't visit?
Yeah, you couldn't go in, and I hadn't seen him for, he was in the hospital, he was out of the hospital, and we've been married for 52 years, and I can't, he wanted to see, so I would just go to the window and wave, he would come and wave back, and I would go.
How many years you been married?
52.
And you still have that love, huh?
Yeah, we do. He's outside waiting for me. We do. It's my kids. My kids can't believe it because they say you 52 years is a long time, and we still hold hands. We still, we're still in love. I'm sorry. That's the way I am. That's the way he is. And he, when I had surgery, he wasn't able to come in. He never went through the red light to wave to me.
Oh,
He always
I was going to
stopped.
say, Judge, I'd be afraid if that was me, I'd get a different kind of wave from Colleen.
Well, no, I had to see him, and he had to see me.
That's
So,
great.
I think this is a beautiful story.
That's
oh,
fantastic.
thank you, sir.
I think it's a beautiful story. I'm really moved by it. I really am.
I wasn't
honestly.
going to say anything because it's like embarrassing in front of all these people. I'm still in love with my husband for 52 years, and he's still. We're still like kids, It's that's the way we are. My kids think we're very immature, but
Stay
I don't
that
care
way.
about them.
Stay that way. Stay immature.
Okay.
I think it's a beautiful story.
That's wonderful.
Right? You're a model for other people, really. I'm going to dismiss that red light based on that explanation.
Thank you, sir.
What are you doing? You working or you retired?
No, I've retired. I'm old.
And your husband, what's he do?
He's retired, sir.
So you're living on a retirement income, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before I make a decision in this case, I'm going to tell a story that 3 years ago, I received a letter in the mail. It was a very complimentary letter, someone saying, I appreciate how you handle people. And there was a check for $25 in the envelope. And the letter said, use this to help someone that needs money or that needs a hand or someone in your discretion who you think is worthy. And I was so moved by it, so I actually read the letter before the court and it went on television for the world to see. And as a result of that letter, people now from all over the world send in donations for the court to use its discretion to help they think who was in need. And that just led to like an unbelievable expression of generosity from people all over, right? And those monies I called the Philomena Fund. And Philomena, I named that fund after my mom. My mother's name was Philomena. If my mother were here now, she'd come up, stand next to you, say, let's go get a cup of coffee. Don't worry about him, I'll take care of him. She's a very generous woman. So I'm going to use money from the Philomena Fund to pay for your fine.
Well, thank you, sir.
And your fine is $165, but it's going to cost you nothing.
Oh, thank
Because
you.
we're going to use money from the Philomena Fund. And it just so happens that the woman who sent me that letter 3 years ago, who was from Indiana, is visiting the courtroom today. She's right there. Her name is Angie Chessa.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So you go outside and you tell your husband, what's his name?
George.
Say, George, did I take care of that judge? Boy, I got away with it. Angie from Indiana. You want to go shake hands?
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Hello, Judge.
Well, Angie, you did it again. You helped somebody else.
Thank you so much.
Angie's not a very wealthy person. She wasn't left like a big estate. Angie works every day. She's here with her son, AJ. She's up visiting.
AJ, I've started talking to him.
Okay. Angie, we'll talk to you later.
Absolutely.
Okay, you have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm not nervous anymore.
You're not nervous anymore.
Thank you, sir.
Luciano, Orlando Luciano.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Luciano. There's a motion to vacate judgment in many of these summonses. There's several summonses. And the reason for the motion is Mr. Luciano indicated that he spent the last 26 years in prison. He's trying to get his life back in order to take responsibility for his past conduct. Then he indicated, his words is that he was an irresponsible person when he was younger and has been paying for it for the last 26 years. Are you working now?
No, I'm trying to get my paperwork together so that I can get a job. I just got out on the 28th of last month. So at the moment, I'm trying to get all my paperwork together so that I can try to find employment.
So you've been out for 2 weeks.
Yes,
And how many years did you serve?
26.
26 years.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you a break on these. It's not going to serve any purpose for me to fine you on all of these. Number one, you won't be able to afford it. Then if you can't afford it, you'll never get your license again. If you don't get your license, you're not going to be able to go someplace to work. Either that, or you're going to do what some people may do, and that is drive without a license. Then it's going to cause you more problems.
Yes.
Then you're going to get arrested, you're going to be charged with violating your parole, and you're going to end up back in jail. You have any message for young people that are listening to this?
And stay in school. It's one of the most important things that any young person can do is stay in school. And if you want a better future, that's like the main thing.
What message do you have to these young kids that are in gangs today? We're reading about it every day in the paper. You have a message for them?
That life only has two roads. One leads to the cemetery, the other one's to prison. There's no getting around that. If you live that life, that's the outcome.
Did you encounter these people when you were in prison?
Yes, I was a mentor. Started a class called SIG Step Down Program. Guys that wanted to get away from that gang life and street life, and I was a mentor in that class. I graduated first, then I was a mentor in it, and I did it for the past 3 years.
Were you a gang member when you were younger?
Yes, I was.
Is that where most of your trouble emanated from?
Yes, I was.
Mr. Luciano, I'm going to give you a break. I'm going to dismiss everything.
Thank you, John.
I want to give you a clean slate. I want to give you a chance to go out, lead a comfortable life, free of stress, off the streets. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Right? If you ever get any temptations, remember, we're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Don't be tempted.
I'm an old man now.
Well, you had some good advice for young people. I hope they listen to you.
Hope so too.
Good luck.
Thank you, Joe.